Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka BatBomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the G.I. Joe Classified Serpentor. Now take a look at the front. We can see that the figure comes in a very large box with a great image of Serpentor right there on the front. And if we remove the slipcover, we can see a really cool Cobra-like DNA strand. And if we turn the box around, more amazing artwork of Serpentor. And if we turn the box back around and open up the flaps, we can see the figure and a bunch of his really cool accessories. So with the box out of the way, let's go ahead and crack this figure open and let him breathe. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at Serpentor here. And holy crap dude, this has got to be one of the coolest action figures I own, especially for like, you know, a quote-unquote retail line. Obviously this is exclusive, but damn dude, this is one of the reasons why Classified is my favorite like main line right now. This whole thing has just been really good. It does have its ups and downs as far as I'm concerned, but this Serpentor, man, just is freaking amazing. The sculpt here looks so good. Like, I love all the texturing throughout the entire figure. You have that like skin, snake skin, excuse me, going throughout the entire figure, even going down the legs. That's really nice, almost rustic gold, which looks really, really good. And then you got things like this painted gold going down the midsection like that, looking so badass. I love how we're getting the different finishes. So you got that nice shiny metallic gold right there, and then you got like the flat greens for the snakes wrapped around them too. You even got the mouths painted on the snakes right there, even on around the waist. You can even see on things like the gloves, you can see the different scales painted on there as well. And what's really cool, you can tell from the gloves, might be a little tricky, but the top of the gloves are snake heads. So almost like his fingers are the fangs coming out of the snake's mouth. That's pretty dope, dude. I don't think I ever knew that about Serpentor's design, or maybe that's something more modern, but that's really freaking cool, dude. Again, the guards here look really nice. All the armor looks awesome. Throughout this is like snakes wrapped around the boots. Again, you got more of that brighter gold going down there. Some snake butt going right there. Man, this looks so flipping awesome. I am tripping right now how awesome this thing is. And I love the fact that we're getting a soft goods cape. And this is one of the better like soft goods capes that I've seen from a more main line like this. They usually tend to be pretty cheap. This isn't high quality, but it's still very good and a lot better than I've seen for a lot of other figures, and has the patterning on there like that. Looks so dope. You do get his little claws right there, and that is replaceable, and I'll show that shortly. But the head sculpt looks great as well. The paint apps on that look awesome, and he looks super mean. I mean, you do not want to mess with this guy. The cowl looks really good too. The gold for the chin strap, the silver teeth coming down like that over that head. Damn, dude, this is a crazy good looking figure. I know this is going to be on a lot of people's favorites list because this thing is just so incredible. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and talk accessories because this guy comes with a good amount of stuff, man. So first of all, we do get interchangeable Cobra cowls here. Now, as you guys kind of notice, my guy is kind of looking all the way up, or not all the way up, but pretty up. So it's a little weird because the way this cowl is shaped, you do have to peg it into the back here. And for me to get this head flush, like if I want to pull it down so where he's looking a little more forward, it pulls apart from the actual cowl. So in order for me to get it flush, I have to have him looking up. Good thing though, when you do unpeg this, like so, it's just a pretty tight peg like that. You still can kind of attach the head or the head of the Cobra like that, and then have him like so. And it's a little tricky sometimes, but if you detach it from the back, it'll still kind of float there. And you can still have him like looking down and looking to the side and things like that. So if you want to use for pictures, you know, use this particular cowl, you can still do that. You just got to detach it from the back, and it's not that big of a deal. And you can still do different things with that. Or you can just take this whole thing off and you can plug in this one right here, which plugs into the back like that. And then we can get this separate headpiece like so. Now this is more for a fully articulated head. This is definitely more old school, like the more vintage toy. Even the look of the cowl right there is completely different. You could see them side by side here and see how different they really are. This one that I have on now is definitely a little more reminiscent of the more vintage figure, where the newer one that's more solid, that definitely has a more modern feel to it. And this is so you can still have the cowl in the back like that and still move around the head and do all kinds of things that you want to do, which I think looks great. And again, even if you want to pose it with this one, you can still do it just by detaching it from the back, and you can still move it around freely, and I think it works really, really good. Next up, we do get a second claw attachment. So this one just unplugs right here, and it's really nice, but we do get a more fully extended version with the longer blades, which I think is so super dope, man. And this just pegs on there pretty solid like that. And then you could have him getting his Wolverine on or his Predator on with those dope extended claws. I think those look great. And I think I'm gonna keep him posed with these long ones because those just look so rad, dude. Again, it has almost a snake feel with those like big fangs coming off there, you know what I mean? So I think that's awesome. He also does come with this straightened snake like this. It's just like kind of rubbery type of plastic, and it's not bendy or anything like that. And it's been a while. Correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't he just like throw these at people and impale people with these snakes? Is that what it is? If I remember right, that's pretty sure that's what it is. And that's pretty gnarly, man. But I love the fact that he came with that. That's super cool. Really fun accessory. He also does come, which I think is fantastic, by the way. He comes with an actual cobra snake like that. Now, this is just one solid piece. It isn't bendy or anything like that. I kind of wish it was, but it still looks really good. The paint is really nice. Even the underbelly is painted too. The whole mouth of the cobra is really nice as well. And it's kind of cool because, like, it's weird. Out of every toy line out there, G.I. Joe is giving us, like, real scaled 1/12 creatures and animals. You know what I mean? We have a wolf with timber, we have the crocodiles, we have an eagle, now we have a snake. I mean, it's crazy that of all toy lines, G.I. Joe is giving us actual animals, and I freaking love it, man. More of this. We also do get his really cool sword here. I love how the guard is an actual cobra head. We got the little red gem at the bottom like that, only on the one side, but we do get the cobra head on both sides like that, and a really gnarly looking blade. I believe normally it's supposed to be like a knife, but I think it's from the original figure. I know that for sure. So I'm sure this is just like a short sword kind of thing. I prefer this over a knife. I think this looks way cooler and just so well done. But we also do get his cobra staff. This thing is huge. Again, you get a little red gem at the bottom there, the cobra head at the top. This does come detached when so you have to put it together when you do open the box, but that looks great, dude. The little cobra head on there, and you can put that in his hand and he'll just look regal AF. I absolutely love how that turned out. Now, of course, the main event for this entire set is the fact that he comes with his actual air chariot. Oh my god, this is so good. It is so freaking good. And this is one of the reasons why I love the vintage toy so much. And sadly, I don't have it anymore. I haven't had it since I was a kid. I've been really wanting to go back to get it for the past few years. And now just having the classified one really makes me want to go back and get the vintage toy even more so, because I love that thing so much. But this chariot looks incredible. First of all, the sculpt I think is perfectly on point. I love the whole cobra head thing that they got going on here. It is molded in this gold plastic. It's a fairly dull gold, which I don't mind, specifically because it's accented with this more painted, shinier gold. I wish it had a little more of that throughout the thing. It's like some of the panels could have been done in that more metallic gold. I think that would have been really cool. But this right here looks awesome. You got the separate black vents. You even got a little bit of silver trim up here like that. The black eyes look really good too. I love the different, like, you got caution, gun reactor signs, some numbers right here, a cobra symbol. But I like the cobra symbol right there. Has a crown on it because he's the king of the cobras. Well, so that's freaking dope, man. Again, the little fins here, the gun turrets are freaking rad. You have to put most of this together, and it's really easy. You do get some instructions that show how to put together. It's really easy. It only takes a few minutes. Turn it over here, you got his steering with some readers and things like that. You even got some gauges down here at the bottom. I love how even the tread where he stands actually has some texture to it, so I think it's really cool too. We have his turbine, a little silver turbine that actually spins, so you can spin that up there. I think that's really cool too. I mean, this is insanely good, dude. Even at the bottom, you got more paint. It says hydraulic over here, panel removal, things like that. You got these do go up and down for his landing gear. That's amazing. This is so freaking good, dude. Now his jaw does open like so, like that. Now you do kind of have to see everything down here, so I just got a little tool and you can pull down the gun like that. That'll come out of the mouth like so. And also in there is going to be the teeth of the cobra like that. So if you want to have it like that, that works out too. Or you can still close the mouth with the teeth out if you want it like that. So that's really cool. Now what I was noticing with the turrets here, first of all, they're huge and I love that. They even do have handles that you can probably carry them with, so I think that's really awesome. But what I noticed, they do have peg holes in there. Now I don't have any of the G.I. Joe Classified effect pieces that came with that new Viper set, but I do have some of the Valaverse ones that came here, and I realized that these will actually hold inside there like this, and they will look really good if you want to use some of those. If you have those will work for this as well, and I think that's a fun option for this. So very cool. Again, loving having the effect pieces. I hope the G.I. Joe team gives us some type of like weapons pack or stuff like that for accessories and burst effects and stuff like that. I think that would be incredible. So now what we could do, we can actually take Serpentor here, and it can be a little tricky at times because you don't want to knock things over, but we can peg him on to there like that, and he gets a pretty solid grip with his feet at the bottom like that. Get those on there, and then we could take his hand and put it around the grip like that, like so, and bam, dude, you have a really sweet looking display with Serpentor on his badass chariot. Oh my god, I am so in love with this action figure. This guy, I'm telling you straight up, as a spoiler alert, he's definitely going to be in my top 10 figures of the year. I think Hasbro has killed it with this piece. This might be, and maybe I'm jumping a little too early, this might be one of the best classified figures to date, if not the best. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and Mafex Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to the G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Commander and Sergeant Slaughter. And just for fun, here he is with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the G.I. Joe Classified Serpentor. And my god, this has got to be one of, if not the best classified figure to date. First of all, his size is incredible. I cannot believe how big of a figure he actually is. The sculpting is amazing with all that scale all over his suit, just looks really good. The different textures, the different finishes in paint. The soft goods cape is actually really cool. I love the patterning in that. I love that you can interchange the cowls. That's really cool too. I love the actual face sculpt and paint apps to that. It looks really detailed. The interchangeable claw is so awesome. I love the fact that we get a sword, and his Cobra staff is just super cool to me. I mean, everything that we do get is incredible. Now, his chariot itself is so impressive. The sculpt of that is literally just perfect. I love that you can open up the jaw, pull down the teeth, and pull out that gun tongue there. I think that's really rad. I do wish, this is me being nitpicky, I wish we did have a little more of that gold paint on the actual chariot. I think that would have been really awesome too, or maybe a little bit of weathering. And I do wish that it came with actual effect pieces for the gun turrets. Now, you can use your own if you have some that fit, but I do wish we had gotten some specifically for this. But other than that, this thing makes for one impressive display piece, and he will be the awesome centerpiece of your G.I. Joe Classified collection. So be excellent to each other, and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.